All right, hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Good morning and good afternoon for those who have afternoon. For us here, we have 12:33 a.m. in the morning, so we are after the middle of the night. Today, we saw the news where uh, India they voted for a new law which is criminalizing divorcing Muslim women 3 times. Now, the Prime Minister of India, he claimed that this is this is a victory for women right, as we see in Twitter, Mr. Modi. And I agree, it's a little bit of a victory, but it's a very shy victory, and actually it did not really fix the problem, and I will explain why. If you notice what the title is, that it's criminalizing only a Muslim man divorcing women 3 times. So what about first time and second time? So still a Muslim man, he can divorce his wife by saying to her, you are divorced. Or what they are saying, you cannot do it 3 times at once. So where is the victory here? Still the Muslim woman, she is under the control of the Abdulism cult. She is not free, and her husband will control her, and he is the one who can say you are fired anytime anyway. So what is this is about? Mr. Modi claiming that the medieval practice has finally been confined to be something in history, but this is not true. You did nothing, absolutely nothing. Did you force the law that nobody can abuse women by divorcing them and kicking them out of their house? No. Did you forbid Muslim men from texting their wife at home when she is cooking? She receive a text message saying you are divorced? No. So what you did? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. However, this will shine the light about how shy governments in the world to say the truth that this is a very bad practice, and the law of Allah is a very bad law. Very shy. A Muslim or Muslims who they are from India, let us say famous ones, or those who they are even in the legislation office, Asabuddin Al-Kawasi said, I hope the etc. official will challenge this inconstitutionally in our fight to save India, etc. So this guy, he's a Muslim, he is saying this is not right, and you know, this is against the constitution. Laws don't reform society if did sex elective abortion, child abuse, wife abandonment, dowry would be in history. Okay, but all of those things Islam does. The law is against Muslim women. Why it's against Muslim women? Mr. Asabuddin explained it to us. Because it make the law force women to stay in marriage with an imprisoned man who do verbally and emotionally abuse her. It put the burden of a proof on Muslim women and force her into like an imprisonment. So look at this logic. This law is against the women. Why? Because now the husband, he want to divorce her, but you are forcing him not to do so. So now the husband will abuse her. Well, obviously the man who is divorcing his wife anyway, he abused her enough to the point he don't want her no more. Same time, who said that the woman, she cannot ask for divorce? What this guy is saying, that only Muslim men they can divorce. This man here proving to us that because you made this law that a Muslim man, he cannot say to his wife 3 times divorced. Now the Muslim woman, she is imprisoned with her with a husband she don't want. But the fact is not her she was asking for divorce. It is the guy who is abusing his right. Same time, he is saying to us, well, we need to give the man the right because that will give the women the freedom, which means he agreed that women, she is imprisoned as long she is married to a Muslim. And the only way for her to get out is the man saying to her, you are divorced. Which means he agreed that Islam is against women to ask for divorce. Because right away, by saying that now you are forcing the women to stay with the husband, that's mean you are saying that Islam forced the women to stay with the husband and she cannot ask for divorce. So in order for the logic of the Abdulism Muhammadan people, that giving the right for the man to divorce his wife by saying few words in his lips is to protect the women, not to abuse her. You see the logic? It's to protect the women. Imagine a woman, she is cooking food for her family. Her husband, he get upset from something. He sent her a text message saying you are divorced. Bingo. Get out. You are no one. No security whatsoever. You see in America, if a woman, she even if she's a girlfriend and she live with the man for 7 years, she take 50% of his money. A woman, she got divorced, she take 50% of his money. The owner of Amazon, he just divorced his wife and she got, I think, $38 billion deal. So what the Muslim men here, they are saying that the law of India is against Islam because a Muslim man only should control. Otherwise, if you don't give control to the man, now the woman, she is imprisoned. This is how the logic work. And by the way, as I said, India did not do anything by doing this because what you did, saying don't do 3-time divorce, but you can do 1 time. You can do the 2nd time. You can even do the 3rd time, but you cannot do them all at once. That's all what they are saying. So where is the protection for the women? Nothing. Nothing changed, nothing happened. The woman still, she is being abused, and she is the first one to be humiliated. Now here, you will notice with me, at Jazeera TV as usual, they try to ignite hatred between the Hindu and the Muslims. So they claim that this was a victory for the Hindus. It's not about women right, it's about Hindus. You see, this passage of the bill was victory for India Hindu nationalist prime minister. And this is how always the Jazeera TV, they plant the seed of hate and violence, trying to ignite hatred between Muslims and Hindus in India. Because now the Muslim, they will say, oh, look what Jazeera TV is saying, the Hindus, you see what the Hindus did? But the one who voted for it is the parliament of the country, not only the Hindus. Let us go to the roots of the problem. And no, Modi, he did not do a good job at all. This is a horrible job. Very shy. He did nothing. Still the woman, she's abused. What do you mean good job? How this can be a good job? Where is the good job in this? Did he make a law says the woman, she can say, why the Muslim woman, she cannot say to the husband 3-time divorce? You see this Abdul here, the smart Abdul, who is saying, okay, now you are forcing the woman to be imprisoned with her husband. What about we give the women the right to say 3-time divorce too? Send her husband text message saying you are done. I want to come back home. I don't want to see you, okay? Why only the man, he can do that? So here you see the double standard of this cult, Abdulism cult, how the woman, she is always under the threat and she is controlled by the man. In Islam, the man, he can beat his wife. The woman, she cannot beat her husband. It's one-sided religion that man, he can do violence to his wife And the women, she is always the one can be beaten. She is the only one can be divorced. She is the only one can be thrown. And that's what Muhammad he did with his wife Sauda. Sauda, after she get old and she is not good looking for Muhammad, he sent the news that he will divorce her. Sauda, she went to Muhammad, child wife Aisha, and she told her, I will give you my day, because Muhammad supposed to have a day for every one of his wife. If you convince Muhammad not to divorce me, because the woman, she will be homeless, where she will go? She's very old. So Muhammad, by the when Aisha said that to him, he said, okay, what he will lose anyway. I mean, she have her own house and he have a lot of money, and he don't pay from his pocket anyway. The Muslims pay for it. So he agreed to leave her in the house, but he don't sleep with her, which is really an abuse. Quran chapter 4 verse number 34 says it clearly that men are in charge of women, and they are the maintainers, and the reason for that because they spend their money on them. If you don't like this translation, you can choose different translation. Actually, this translation is stupid, but anyway, all of them are the same. I never saw a Muslim translation is accurate. Men are in charge of women because Allah has made one of them excel the other, and because they spend of their property for the support of women. So good women are obedient, guarding in secret what Allah guarded, etc. And then if there is a woman you fear rebellion, admonish them, banish them in bed apart, and scourge them. And here the funny thing about the translation, what banished them, and what banish them in part in bed. This is about jailing women in their rooms, and then you beat them. Which one you choose to do first, it's up to you. There's no, you see some translation they say first, second, third. This is a lie. There's no first, there's no second, there's no, do whatever you wish. Scourge them. Some they lie, they say this is about beating women lightly. Well, this is a big fat lie, because we have the story where a woman, her husband did beat her until her skin became greener than her clothes. And Aisha, she said, look, Prophet, I never saw a suffering women as much as a believing women, which means Muslim women are the most to suffer. Who is witnessing for this? Aisha herself. Look, her skin is greener than her clothes. And what Muhammad did, he took the side of the man who did beat the wife. The funny in the website there, he's saying now you are forcing the women to stay with the man, and this is not Islamic. But Muhammad here, he forced the women to stay with the man. The story here that this woman, she don't want to sleep with the husband, and actually she married him because Muhammad, he come with a crazy stupid rule that if you divorce the wife 3 times, she cannot go back to the husband, previous husband, unless she go and sleep with the new man. So this woman, she did marry this new husband in order to sleep with him supposedly, but maybe just by she thought, if I marry him only and then I make him divorce me, I will go back to my husband and without sleeping with me. But this does not work for Muhammad. Muhammad, he insists that if this is your intention, and remember here, the man, he did beat her until her skin is greener than her clothes. You cannot do that. The man, he have to sleep with you. Look what Muhammad said. When the husband, he said, she told a lie, which means she is claiming that he cannot have even sex. I'm very strong, can satisfy her, but she is disobedient and she want to go back to Rifa. Rifa is the previous husband. Allah Messenger said to her, if that is your intention, then know that it is unlawful for you to remarry Rifa unless Abdul Rahman have sexual intercourse with you. Actually, he did not say that. He says you taste your juice and you taste his juice. This is how savage it is, this conversation. So the guy in the Jazeera TV website was saying that now you are forcing the women to stay with the man. Well, here we go. In Islam, you force the women anyway. Even your prophet is the women, she don't want to sleep with the new husband. Your prophet is saying to her, you cannot go back to the previous husband unless this guy he rape you. Literally. Because the woman, she don't want to sleep with the man. This is what the whole story is about. You can read it slowly. Yeah, we're explaining that anyway. This is what you are talking about. This is about the 3-time divorce. The 3-time divorce, you see, those are here verses about divorce in chapter 2, verse number 230, and the verse before it, speaking about this case. If a man he divorced his wife 3 times, she cannot go back to her previous husband unless she go and have sex with the new guy. I mean, look what kind of cult this cult is. It is a very sexual, savage teaching. Well, the Quran gave the man the right of 3 divorce. It's in front of us. It's in front of us, my friend. I just gave you chapter 2, verse number 229. All right. A divorce is only principally twice. After that, should either hold together, etc. Blah 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 blah. And then, if you which means if you divorce for the 3rd time, and here he says, what will happen if you divorce 3 times? Then, if you divorce 3 times, she cannot go back to the previous husband unless she remarry again a new man and he sleep with her. Okay. And this is why we are saying here the story where this woman, her husband Rifa, she was divorced from Rifa. Rifa is the real husband, the first husband. He divorced her, and then Abu Abdurrahman, he married her. And this woman, Abu Abdurrahman, want to rape her because he was trying to force her into sex. He is a husband, yes, but he is forcing her in the bed. The woman she don't want. So the man is beating her until he made her skin greener than her clothes. What Muhammad did? He took the side of the man who is forcing his women into sex, raping her. And Muhammad saying to her, oh, you cannot do that. He have the right to rape you. So the Prime Minister of India, he did nothing really. Actually, what they did is stupid. Literally stupid. They just made it like as if it's a victory, but in fact it's not a victory, it is nothing. So now what? The Muslim, he can divorce his wife twice but not 3 times? What does that mean? I mean, stupidity is amazing. Stupidity is amazing. I got some facts wrong. Why, Mr. Bengali? What do you mean I got some facts wrong? What is the fact wrong? This is what the law says. The law says triple divorce is now illegal only. You did not make the twice divorce illegal. You did not make it just a triple. To say only if you say 3 times in the same time you are divorced, it's a crime. Okay, so you can say it once and you can do it twice. So what are you talking about? And what is the change happen? Nothing. It's like, you know, they were happy that the Saudi, they allow women to drive, but in fact they did not allow the women to drive because she had to get permission from her parents or from the man of the house. The Prophet was against the triple divorce. Where is that? Where is that? Okay, if the Prophet was against, just to show you the silly stupidity in this world, if the Prophet against it, do you think the Muslim will practice it? How is going to be? How is the Muslim then they will practice something against the Prophet wish? I mean, this is the most silly stupid argument. What they're quoting, the Prophet says that the most Allah things he hate is divorce. Supposedly he don't like divorce because he want the Muslim to make babies. He said, I'm going to be proud about you in front of the nations, so go and do nikah. If the prophet against it, then how he make Quran about it, saying it's okay, do it? I mean, who is the silly here? Your prime minister, my friend, is an idiot. He's a certified idiot, because the one who says you can do 3-time divorce is Allah, and no Muslim would do something against their prophet wish, and you know that. Not only they are practicing that, it is an Islamic law. So how it is an Islamic law and it's against the prophet wish? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, this is the only way I think that they ban is saying it 3 times, but you can do it once and you can do it twice. So what a difference. What a difference, you know, what is no different? I mean, this is the most silly, stupid law ever, and they are, and Moody, Mr. Moody. I'm not insulting this guy, by the way, but you know, in the world of politician, they claim that they are making victory, but in fact, there's no victory there. Nothing changed. What is the victory? No victory. Nothing. Did you give the, what about the women? What about they make a law says the women, she can say to her husband, they are divorced too. That would be nice. Okay, let the man says that, and the woman, she can do that too. Can she? No. Do you understand me? What do you mean you are not getting it? The guy who is saying you are not getting it, what do you mean you are not getting it? Nothing changed. Still the law is the same. Because only you forbid them from saying trouble time, you are divorced. Did you forbid Muslims from divorcing their wife by text message? No. Did you forbid Muslims from divorcing their wife by email? No. Voice message? No. Making just a statement? No. All what you did, you just said you cannot do it 3 times. The whole practice is banned, not even once. What do you mean? No, you see the news saying triple talaq, instant divorce. None of them saying divorce by saying it. That's not true. Give me the law. Do you have a link for the law so we can read it? You see, let me show you. All the news agencies agree, and this is your prime minister. Let me go to his Twitter. Hold on. It's just about a 3-time divorce. Nowhere it's about. Okay. See, here we go. The triple talaq, all of it, it's about aboltion of a triple talaq. There's no stop for divorce by saying words. Do you see it? It's just about making it 3 times. Yes, it's about instant triple talaq. Thank you. Well, this is instant and there's delay. I mean, this is silly. Like, can you like you say to your wife, I want to divorce you next year, so I will say talaq for you. It's valid from July 2020. This is about instant. So this is about only saying 3 times triple talaq. Talaq mean in Arabic divorced. So what you did? Nothing. Are you getting my point? Can the man say it once? Yes, he can. This is not about stopping divorce. This is about abusing women. Because by giving the man the right to fire you anytime he wish, you are under threat. You can be homeless any second. So the man is controlling your life. This is not about divorce. No, the process of divorce is not waiting for 3 months. 3 months if the man he decide to take her back. If the man, still the man, why people are not, why you don't educate yourself? The man, if he divorce you, he can return you back before the end of the period of 3 months. If he slept with you after that, okay, then he can return you. But still, it is the man. But if he say you are divorced, you are divorced. That's it. And if he say it twice, it says twice. If he say it 3 times, it's 3 times. So all what they do now, they forbid it from saying 3 times. Nothing changed. Nothing. If the woman, she is carrying a child, she have to suffer with it. What she can do? The man is in control. The man, he can fire you. You are just an employee. It's like you are working in a company and the boss, he says to you, you are fired. And now they claim that this is a victory. All right. National Socialist. Well, you know, the story of David about sending a man to kill his wife. This is about a crime David commit. This is not about a law. And there's a huge difference. And the funny people, they speak about the story of David, supposedly they think they are making a point. But you forgot that the one who wrote the story of David is a children of David, ashamed of what their father did. David and his children, they were listening to this story about his crime, and they did not do anything about it, which means they did not force people not to write this history. Do you see how amazing it is? And when David, he says to God, I'm going to build a temple for you, God said to him, I don't want your temple. You are a criminal. So people are silly. How you can compare between this and that? The Bible condemn the act of David. The Quran make it a law. Silly people. And David himself, he cried to God asking for forgiveness. He was not proud about it. Isn't it Suleiman, the son of David, he have 1,000 wives? Can you give me the reference of the 1,000? I heard there are 10,000. I think the number in your pocket is growing. Are you taking hashish? Do you have hashish? And let us say he have 10,000 wives. And you see, for us, when we speak to a silly, stupid idiot, we laugh at him for a very, very simple reason. When the Bible says that those who did such a thing, they commit a crime, and the Bible says it's forbidden for you to multiply your wives, and then you multiply your wife, that's mean you broke the law of God. So you are quoting for me about people who broke the law of God. Very stupid of you. So who is Solomon? Who is David? I just told you, David, he committed a crime, and even God, he says to him, you are a criminal. Very silly of you. If God says you can marry thousands of women, then you show me the verse so we can laugh at you or laugh at me. Very stupid. Nationalist. Very weak argument. Now, you know, when somebody he come to us with an argument, the argument usually is either it's coming from a smart person or somebody he is desperate to say something to take us away from our topic, but you cannot. Now listen. Yeah, but what is different if he said twice or 3 times? Doesn't make any difference. I mean, what is different? So now the Muslim man, he can divorce his wife by saying you are divorced, but he cannot say it 3 times. Well, thank you very much. This is how you protect women? That's the max you can do? You know what I mean? What do you mean wrong regard the law? Okay, show me where it says that the Muslim man, he cannot divorce his wife by saying you are divorced once or twice. What's wrong with you, Mr. Bengali? Even your prime minister saying triple talaq. So all what this story is about triple talaq. It's not about once or twice. It's about the triple thing. Right? Yeah. So what, national? He was a king and he was doing what he liked to do. This is why God he condemned him. Well, show me where God he says to Solomon, go and marry 700 women, or to David. Very silly, very stupid of you. Just a kid. Let us say time come and somebody and Christian Prince he did something wrong. You know, he sold the drugs. Are you going to say God he said to Christian Prince sell drugs? Well, obviously you have drugs in your head. If you can show me where God says to Solomon or to David, do what you did, you made victory, but you are an idiot. The Bible report history of what people do, including sin and crimes and good and bad. But the idiot of you, he think that he have something against us. You don't. That's a man who did something wrong, not God who did something wrong. Going back to our topic, and this is what the whole story, they're trying to divert us from speaking about the stupidity of the Quran. When the Quran says that a man he cannot get back, the woman she cannot get back to her husband unless she get a new husband, what is the wisdom of that? Anyone? Can you explain about Jesus giving right disgusting rapists to marry? That's very disgusting of you to say, my friend, because he's not giving right. Because this guy, you know, the stupidity of people is very weird. They are very angry because we are exposing their cult. Listen to this. If I show you your prophet, he practiced the same thing, you will bite your hand and you will say, sorry, this is true, this is correct, we should do that. What do you say? What do you say if I show you the same story from your prophet? HM1. If I saw you, or if I show you right now in front of everybody that this is what your prophet he practiced, what you will do? You will say it's okay, it's okay. You know, suddenly it's okay, but now it's a shame. The Bible, my friend, saying that if a man he rape a woman, either he will be killed, or if the family agree, which means the bride and the family agreed to marry her to fix his what he did, because this woman, we are talking about a very savage society, and people will judge this woman. Nobody will marry her after that. She is not virgin no more. So in order to avoid a very sad end for this woman, if she wants, she can marry this man, but it's not a choice for the rapist. Otherwise the rapist will be killed, Abdul. Now what is the punishment of a rapist in Islam? Can you show me, Mr. HM? Isn't it funny that the whole cult of Islam did not mention once a punishment for rapist? If you read the verses after it, you will see that the man, he will be killed. A man who lay down and he rape a woman, he will be killed. What is the punishment for rapist in the Quran? We are not twisting, everybody can go and read it. What is the punishment of rape in the Quran? Are you ashamed to say that this is what Islam teach, that rape is okay and there's no punishment for rape? The verse actually in front of us promoting rape. Look at it. The story we showed you, the woman, she want to go back to the previous husband, and now Muhammad is saying no, you cannot go back unless the new husband have intercourse with you, which means rape you. The woman, she don't want. That's why the man, he is beating her. The women, she don't want. Muhammad, he is forcing her into sex. Isn't it amazing that the whole cult of Islam does not have anything against rape except this verse which is saying you can do rape women? And now the women, she have to go and find a new person just to sleep with her for a few nights and he divorce her, which means she would be raped by a new strange man. Any Muslim have anything to say? Yani Abdul. And you know, when a Muslim he quote for us a verse uh, from the Bible, you see always the Muslim they try to fool us and to lie to us. The person who his name is HMM, are you willing to call me in Skype right now? And I will make you read the verses from the Quran and from the Bible, the verses you choose for me. And I guarantee you, I will make everybody watching laugh at you. What do you think, guys? Do you dare to call me live? Well, here we go. You see, what about you call me live? I will put the verse in the screen and you will read it. And either you are a liar or not. What do you say? Hmm? Stupidity. Stupidity is amazing. Just to show everybody how we got them busted, even though this is out of our topic. Those are the verses about rape or about sexual relationship. If a man found laying with the women married to the husband, both of them they shall die. Where we can find that in the Quran? Nowhere. If a young woman who is virgin is brother to husband, and the man find her with the city, lies with her, then you shall bring them both out of the gate of the city, and you shall stone them to death. Okay. 25. But if a man find a young woman in the countryside, and the man force her and lies with her, then only the man who lay with her shall die. You see, he said to us, said to us that the man he will not be killed, but you shall do nothing to the young women. There is uh, uh, the young women no sin deserving of death, for just as when a man rises against his neighbor and kills him, even so this matter. For he found her in the countryside, and he, brother, the young women cried out. So if the women she cried out, she screamed, but nobody was able to hear her. That means she is free of guilt and she commit no sin. The story after that, if a woman is seized by a man, but she did not cry out, they are found out. So there's a man, let us say you know a man, you are dating him, and he grab you and he step with you, and then people they got you busted. That's mean this is not a rape, you donkey. Why you are lying? You see here, the woman she is raped, she cried out. This woman she does not cry out, but because they are singles, they are given opportunity to remarry. So very stupid argument. Very, they think by lies they can make a difference. You cannot. And now everybody is laughing at you. And we are waiting for a Muslim to show us where in Islam you cannot rape women. Actually, I can show you a story where a woman she been raped, and the caliphate he took the side of the man. Any Muslim? Any Abdul? Not a single verse in the Quran against rape. You can go and search Google as much as you wish. And not only that, we are showing you that the Prophet he encouraged rape. And by the way, your Prophet himself is a rapist. I don't talk to atheists because I would talk about what? You think you are an ape, I think I'm a human. So I like to go to the zoo from time to time, but not all the time. And if I go there, I like to take pictures of them, not to talk to them. Where is the Muslims who were making argument? What happened? They hide, they run. Yeah, I find no point to speak to an atheist. I mean, what we will debate about what? He want to prove to me that one day he was a mosquito and today he's a butterfly? What we will talk about? Atheism is just a theory. You see, they say to you, one of the funny things about atheists, they say to you, we believe in science, but the fact they don't. They don't. They prove the Big Bang. The Big Bang is not science, it's a theory. It's just a theory. The same as Darwinism, it's a theory. They say to you, we have evidence, your evidence have something against it. Somebody else have different theory. You don't believe in science. You don't. Do you have a proof that you used to be one day one micro sales and they became two micro sales and then became a three? You know, it's a theory. All is a theory. You don't believe in science. But you try to force your science on others. The same as Islam. Atheism and Muslims are the same, by the way. They force their ideas and their ideology on others. And if you don't agree with them, if the atheists are in control, they will kill you too. And the example is China. Right? The example is Lenin and the Soviet Union. Every day between 5,000 to 6,000 people executed every morning with the coffee. The same as Mohammed. Now we go back to the victory which done by Mr. Modi, which is nothing but a joke. This guy is just trying to gain reputation that he is the person who fixed it, but he fixed nothing. He fixed nothing. This is a joke. This is just a political agenda to make himself we will accomplish something. So the one who support him say, hey, Modi, suddenly Modi, he changed the mood, but nothing happened. Still the Muslims divorce their wives by saying words. Nothing changed. The women, she is abused. Nothing changed. Right? Nothing changed. What changed? Nothing. A nationalist and Mr. Him, they want me now to explain the whole Bible. My friend, you would like the whole Bible, you don't, I don't care. Who care if you like it or not? And let me show you how stupid you are. Just to show you guys the stupidity of some people. This guy saying to me, ZB, can you explain to me Judas 21:21? Young women of Soleh come out dancing during the festival. Come out and okay, each of them wife for us for me. So you know, my friend, and I like the Chinese. They have an old saying. They say he left as a donkey, he never came back as a horse. And what this story here is going to do for you, my friend? Is it going to prove a point for us? What is the point you're trying to say to us? So we can laugh with you. Otherwise, everybody is laughing at you. What do you think? What this is have now? What this is will prove to us? In Judas 21, brother. What is this, brother? Nothing. It's you just being stupid. Do you think we did not read our Bible? We do not know what is written there? We laugh at those claims you come with. Same time, when somebody he tried to make a statement, always take my advice. If you are a Christian, those who choose lines from the Bible, they choose a line for a purpose. They don't choose the Bible, they choose a line. And the Bible is a book telling us stories about people do bad and do good. He chose that line because simply he think he can bring something against us. But the coward, he will not dare to call me, and I will make him read the line, and either people will laugh at me or will laugh at you. What do you say? Mr. Nationalist, do you like to call me and read that line from chapter 21 in front of everybody? What do you say? What do you say? Stupid. Stupid. Stupid donkey. He lived as a donkey, he never came back as a horse. Are you there, nationalist? Do you want to call me and either you prove that you are a horse or you are a donkey if you don't call me? What do you say? Do you want to prove to me that you are a horse? The same as the other guy, we prove him to be donkey. The verse in the front of us, it says nothing bad. It says that this is what people did, but not God did. Stupid, silly. Silly, silly. Come to daddy. Come to daddy. Come. I have a new diaper for you. My friend, you just made a victory like the victory of Moody. All right. I am wrong about not what, Mr. Bengali. Can a Muslim still divorce his wife by saying to her you are divorced or not? Mr. Bengali, give me the answer. Can the Muslim man still divorce his wife by saying you are divorced? If he did it once, can he do that? Yes or no? Are you there, Bengali? No, tell me. You can share the link, no problem. Can you tell me the answer? Can a Muslim man still divorce his wife by saying to her one time you are divorced? Can he or he cannot? Bengali, can you give us the answer, please? Do not once. It is not divorce in India. What means not divorce in India? So how 3 times is divorce in India, one is not divorced? Since when? This stupid. You see, India is Islamic family law govern the Muslims in India. So don't tell me there's no divorce by once. A Muslim, he divorced his wife, and this is the most popular, not the 3 times. 3 times is the extreme, which means when somebody he said it first time and then he's saying doing it the second time and then he did it 3rd time. But the most popular one is you are divorced. Now show me, my friend, that there's no divorce in India. If there's no divorce in India by once, there's divorce by 3. Are you silly? All of this is just a political agenda. And Mr. Modi, he wanna go for election next year or whatever time, and he will say I made a victory, I changed the law, but nothing really changed. And by the way, why Mr. Modi don't give the Muslim women the right to say to the man you are divorced, as long he is defending the women? He is right, there's no divorce 1 time in India. What do you mean there's no divorce 1 time in India? Isn't it, aren't they Muslims in India? They are Muslims. And the divorce in Islam is 1 time, not 3 times. 3 times is the one to be final, which means she cannot get back to him without marrying a new man. That's what 3 times mean. You have no idea what are you talking about. Here we go. This is the Quran. 3 times will enforce the women to go and find a new husband so she can go back to the old husband. The divorce is happened by saying 1 time you are divorced, not twice, not 3. But if you say 3 times, that's mean that's final to the point she cannot come back to him. That's all. Otherwise, all divorce are final by 1 time or 2 or 3. But the final thing about the 3-1, she cannot get back to him. Are you getting the point? Which means he cannot remarry her unless she go marry a new man and get back. Him, you know, people are laughing at you. Anyway, I like to twist things like your prophet, and that's why I twist his arm every day. We are done with you, Abdul. We got you busted. I challenge you to call me, and you run away. You are a coward. I have no time for kids. The verses are there. People, they can go and read the interpretation. Just type the verse number, the chapter number, type next to it interpretation, and everybody will laugh at you. Shame on you. You know, when we say something about Islam, we go and we show the reference of the interpretation according to Islam, not according to Mr. Christian Prince. So do you see it, my friend? Divorce in Islam is not by saying 3 times. There's nothing is called by the way saying 3 times. It's about saying it 1 time. But if you repeat saying you are divorced 1 time, and then again 1 time, and then again 1 time, then this is 3 times. So all of Islam divorce is 1 time. And if you reach the point of a 3 time, then she cannot go back to the husband unless she marry a new husband. And the verse is in front of you. We are not making things up. So just by saying the word talaq, anti taliq, she is divorced. He do not need a court. He do not need anything. And Muslims, they don't go by your law in India, my friend. The Muslim, they practice in their own law. Even in USA here, a Muslim, he say to his wife, you are taliq, she's taliq. You know, now she go to USA court to protect her right. This is a different story, but still they are practicing their law between them. How they get married? They go to the mosque, they read Al-Fatiha, which is nothing. You know, they open their hands, and now she is his wife. All what you need is 2 witnesses. The divorce even do not need witnesses. There's no need for witnesses. Just anything he say it to her, even if it's a text message. Let me show you. If a man he say by text message to his wife, you are divorced, it's accepted by all Islamic countries. That is a divorce. It's just pronouncing the will to divorce the women. And if you announce it, then that's it. She is not your wife no more. You know, if you search in the private Google, you will find tons of reference. Can divorce occur by text messaging or email? Well, the answer yes, because all what it's about announcing yourself to say I want to divorce you, right? And all Islamic court accept text message as divorce. My friend, the only one who don't understand Islam is you Indian Hindus. You want to convince me that a Muslim who is practices simple law, it's called the marriage and divorce, you do not know what is the practice? Are you kidding me? You want to convince me that from the 10,000 TV station teaching Indian Muslims about Islam, not even one of them explained to them what divorce and how to divorce is? You want to convince me that brother Dakanay, he did not explain to them how to divorce the brother? Are you trying to convince me Zakir Naik did not explain it? What are you talking about? We are just talking about divorce. It's not like about understanding Islam. It's just a divorce. All of them. This is what the Muslims are busy with: marrying, divorcing, marrying, divorcing. They don't do anything else. No, there's no such a thing as saying 3 times divorce to divorce. That's not true. You say three time, or you say once, it is a divorce. That's what Islam is. So if you are saying to me that in India the Muslim they divorce only by saying three times, that is very silly. I never heard of such a thing, because it doesn't matter how many times you say it. If you say you are divorced by three, that's mean you made it final to the point she cannot return to you no more. That's it. If you say you are divorced only once, then you have a 3-month period to have her back. And if you don't, then she is divorced. Then you can marry her again. Then you can divorce her again. But if you divorce her second time and you marry her, then if you divorce her for the third time, then she cannot get back to you. Anyway, if I am wrong about what what the law contain, well, I hope so. For me, what I see that they are saying that he abolish the men divorcing women by saying a triple time. But if this is mean that they stop Muslim men from divorcing their wife by saying words, that would be wonderful. If it's not, then he did nothing. Kabich? Do you understand me, Mr. Bengali? If you are saying that the law forbid Muslim men from saying just a few words to divorce their wife, that will be wonderful. That will be perfect. That's mean he made really a victory. But if not, it's just only about saying 3-time divorce, then you did nothing. There is different sect in Islam in India. It doesn't matter. You see, this is Quran. You see, Islamic sect, they differ about something. Most of the time, if there's no Quran proof of it, let us say it's a topic of yes or no. But if it is clear, then all schools have to agree with you with that. And the Quran is very clear about this. This is the only verse, maybe. So okay, so somebody's saying, okay, correct, verbal divorce is banned now with the bill. Okay, if this is the case, that's mean he did really good. You see, for me, I judge by what I read. What I read, it says that triple words saying that the word divorce 3 times is banned. For me, this is mean nothing. But if by saying words by your lips divorcing wife, that is banned in total, that will be good. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, you know your law better than me. If it is if this is the case, then that's good. But in the end of the day, still the Muslim woman, she is abused and she have no right. What is her right? Why the man? Okay, all those years in India is the majority of a Hindu country. All those years now, I mean, where they win for the last 100 years since they have their independent. Same time, why they don't give the women the right? You know, if I am the prime minister, I would say, okay, Muslims, that we will give the Muslim women the right to say to you, talaq too, equal right. You like Sharia law? Okay, we will practice a new Sharia law where it says whatever you do to the women, we will give her the right to do to you. Which means if you have the right to beat the wife, we will give the women the right to beat you up. That will be wonderful. You like to say to the women you are divorced, the woman she can say to you you are divorced too. As simple as that. She can't fire you. You like to spank the women, we will give the women the right to spank you. That will be good. But they don't do that. Still the woman, she is the weak person and they did nothing really much. Is the Quran directly from God? Which God, my friend? Is Quran coming from God? I mean, what is there from God in this book? Have you ever heard of a God? He says if a husband divorces his wife 3 times, then he cannot get her back unless she do boom boom with a new guy. I mean, what is the wisdom about this? The Muslim, they will say to you, oh, because now the man, he will think 100 times before he divorced his wife. Why he will think about it? Because the guy, if he care, he will not divorce her anyway. He don't care. He divorce the woman, she can go and sleep with a new husband anyway. She can marry a new husband. He don't care. Here you are punishing the women, because now the women, you know what happened to women? Women, they are very emotional, and women, they sacrifice for the sake of their children. So even if the man is bad and he is abusing the woman still, she is willing to go back to an abused husband just for the sake of her babies, because the father will keep the children. So he divorced her, and now she cannot go back to her children. So what she have to do? Go and find a new man, sleep with him for a couple of days, and go back to the previous husband. Where is justice in this? No justice. All right? No justice. Where is justice? Justice doesn't work this way. Why do Muslims dye their hair head in India, Pakistan, Afghanistan? Well, national socialist, I thought you know everything. And why are asking me? You're an atheist. Atheists, they know everything. They know about the Big Bang. They know about what is in the Bible. They know what is in the Old Testament. And now the redhead, you didn't know about it, National? How come, National? How come? You are very cute. Oh boy. Still, he left as a donkey. He never came back as a horse. Do we have any Muslim want to say something? How come on? Just use your Google, your favorite method to search for things. Aren't you a Google boy? You learn from Google? Do we have any Muhammadan? The way I say so cute? What's wrong with about it? What? I'm saying it wrong? Cute? I mean, this guy, he cannot even say one word in English correctly. Unbelievable. Each time I make a phone conversation to a company, they ask me, where are you from? I like your accent. And you know, like my accent, where are you from? I say, I'm an alien. I happen because of the Big Bang theory. Cute. Yeah. So do we have any Muslim here? Pakistan, yeah, Pakistan. Absolutely. Pakistan, huh? Do we have any Abdul? There's no Abdul. So what those people are asking me for? One asked me to say cute, the other one asked me to say Afghanistan, the other one is saying to me say Pakistan. What's wrong with you people? You see, this what happened when you talk to people at 1:37 a.m. in the morning. People, I think, what happened? Either the food was so heavy or it was the beer. Pakistan mean leftover, stain in Hindi. Well, languages, you know, languages, they have different meaning. Any Abdul? My favorite chimpanzee? What what do you mean my favorite chimpanzee? Look like people in this chat, every one of them he have a favorite of my words. He like to hear it. So I'm going to write them down, and like every day we start our talk, we say like say chimpanzee, cute. What is that, man? What's happening here? Lipstick. By the way, it's funny. The English is funny. How in the world this has became like lips and stick? And if you look at it, it's not a stick really. I mean, crazy English, isn't it? Lips stick. Huh. Okay. Man. So, any Abdul? What about a woman giving divorce in Islam? By the way, in Muslim women, they can divorce their husband if they made a condition, but this is only some Islamic sect accept that. If they make a condition before they get married, that she is the one who have the right of divorce. And if the man, which means the man, he have to give his right to the women. But this is not for all Islamic sects. Very few of them accept that. So like if a woman, let's say the man that he's desperate to marry you, you can say, okay, Abdul, I will marry you, but in one condition. In the contract, because this is contract, it's not a marriage, it's a contract of employment. You give the right of firing me to me, which means I can fire you, but you cannot fire me. So the woman here in this case, she can say you are taliq, you are divorced. But this is a very rare situation, and usually only desperate men, they will give their right to the women, so they can do that to them. Usually like a poor man marrying a very rich woman, so he's just whatever she wants. Sheikh Rohi is here. How are you, Rohi? You wanna call me Sheikh Rohi? I don't know if Sheikh Rohi, you wanna call me? Really, you wanna call me? What do you wanna say us to Sheikh Rohi? Let us open Skype. Sorry, Paltalk. We can have a short conversation with Dr. Rohi. All right. I open my Paltalk for you, so you can text me. Okay, Dr. Rohi, you can call me. I don't see you online actually. Are you online, Dr. Rohi? How come you are not there? Oh, I see you now. Hello? Hey, Dr. Rohi.
Hello.
How are you? Salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. You are the one in the chat, right? You are the one who said you want to talk to me? Like, is
yes,
that correct?
and try to speak on YouTube. Try to speak on YouTube. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so you want to talk here or you want to just chat and text? You want to talk? You want to share something
May
with
we
us?
speak on YouTube? Try. I don't to speak and not in Balto.
All right, no problem. No problem. Okay, my friend. Take care. Sorry, I thought you want to call me here. Okay, take care.
In Balto.
All right. Well, I don't know what to say to you in Pal. I mean, YouTube, you are welcome. Dr. Rohi is he have a PhD from Al-Azhar University. He knows a lot about Islam. He can answer any question you give him except the one which you want the answer for. like all those who have a PhD in Islam. I never met one of them. He can answer anything. As long as your question is about shaving your underarm, they knew the answer. The second you ask serious question, they have no idea. Like they have tons of TV stations, like you call, and the women she call, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam, sister. Can I shave my underarm? Yeah, sister, there is rules, and they start telling her what the rules. As long as you are asking silly question, I mean, all of them they are educated. The second you ask something serious, they have no idea. Once a Muslim lady, she called the sheikhs, and she said to them, she was speaking in a very, I mean, I don't know how to explain to you, but she was saying to them that my sister told me that when I take off my clothes in the front of the fish tank, the fish they start shaking. The guy in the TV, the sheikh, he starts shaking himself, and he sweat, and the other guy gave him water, and both they start drinking water, and then sister, I think those fish, I think, billah, sister, they have a genie inside them, and they are looking at your pure, beautiful body, sister. Pure, beautiful body. Did you see how she looked like yet? Flirting in TV right away. And then she said, oh, but what I would do, he said, I advise you, sister, to change the room, take off your, change your clothes in different room. She said, but this is the only room I have. What I will do? The guy is sweating so hard, and okay, sister, I think what about you cover the fish tank with the blanket, sister? What the heck? Millions of Muslims listening to this. Fish, they are shaking because they saw her legs. Man. You know what? I used to have a fish tank, and I notice that the female fish between them, when I take off my clothes, they go crazy. Because especially I'm a Middle Eastern, and I look so crazy. Fish, they are claiming that the fish is masturbating. There's inside them, there is a genie. Have you ever heard of a religion like this? Yes, Dr. Rohi believe that there's a genie inside the fish. A genie, he can be inside the dog. A genie, he can be inside the snake. A genie, he can be a lizard. A genie, he can be a man. So you take off your clothes in the front of the fish tank, the genie inside the fish will start. He's excited, like ooh. And I can imagine the fish saying to the other fish, which means the other genie, do you see what I see? Yes, brother. Her panty is pinky. Did you see that? Yes, brother, I saw that. And not only that, actually, the Muslim, they believe that they can have sexual relationship with genie. Do you have a link for that? For what? For a TV show? This is what I was watching live in the satellite. This was a long time ago. I wish we have a recording of it. You can search right now in Prophet Google, peace upon him, about sex with genie, and you will see tons of Muslims speaking about. Yes, it's true. Actually, if you have my book, Sex and Allah, you will see reference about even women. They have bushes. Their bushes is in fire because they were having sexual intercourse with genie, brother. Let us see. And by the way, many people they think that jinn or genie in Islam is a demon, like in Christianity. That's not true. That's not true. Genie are physical creatures made of fire. They are not demon. They are not a spirit. Look at this story here. Can a jinn perform sex with your wife? Question: Assalamu alaikum. Sheikh Hashim. We change it, we make it Sheikh Rohi. I am married for 24 years. My marriage was not been one that I can be happy about. Many arguments have failed by my marriage. About 4 years ago, my wife started changing. I have noticed that we should have sorry, she would be sexually aroused, oh, which I have not seen before, in her sleep. And when I wake her up, she is angry with me. I need your help, since my marriage is heading into divorce. Well, obviously, you idiot. Your wife, she. This guy do not know the problem yet. Let it go. I'm not going to say it. No comment. And then a sheikh is answering. She's right. In the sense of sexual dream, like nightmares or dream illusion, hulm, from shaitan, only sense inspiration, blah, 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 blah. And then he's advising the man to say, brother, recite wadud, 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 wadud 100 times daily. If you say wadud, 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 wadud 100 times, you will stop your sexual dream. Yes, brother, because by the time you finish saying them, you will be sleeping or tired. All right. Now let us go to the real business here. As for the internet question, title hidden, okay, Sheikh Islam Imam, okay, I say okay. He said the truth, guys, look at this. This is the truth, that's it. The truth is that is it possible for a human being and jinn to have sexual intercourse. This is the truth. You like it, you don't. This is the truth. This is the truth. You leave your wife alone in the bedroom, you come back home, you find her with the genie. Yes, brother. And actually, Mohammed, he said that if you don't say a certain prayer, you can ask Dr. Rohi, he is in the chat. If you don't say a certain prayer before sexual intercourse, shaitan, who is a genie, shaitan himself is a genie, he will round himself around the private part of the man, and he will be doing the women with the man. And this is why the Quran says that he will share with you your children's. You believe it? That is Islam, my friend. And you know, like for me, if I ever get married, before I have sexual intercourse with my wife, I'm going to stay like 7 days praying. Each time she take off her clothes, I will say wadud, 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 and then I have to say a certain prayer. A'udhu billahi min al-khubthi wal khaba'ith, etc. I have to say certain prayer. You know, let me find you the hadith. I'm sure Dr. Rohi is enjoying this now. He will practice it tonight. Yep. Okay, let us go to the hadith. All right, you see, Allah Apostle said, if any one of you, when intending to have sexual relationship with his wife, say Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, Allahumma zannibna as-saytana wa zannib as-saytana ma razaqtana. You have to say it in Arabic, by the way. If you say it in English, oh boy, doesn't work. Satan would never harm the child. How he harmed the child? Ask Dr. Rohi. The child will be the son of Shaitan, because Shaitan will round himself around the private part of the man, and he will be doing the wife, which means we will have a threesome. Is that correct, Dr. Rohi? Oh, you're in Paltalk now? Okay. Let me call you in Paltalk now. I don't know. I called you in Paltalk. You said no. Let us call Dr. Rohi in Paltalk. Okay, Dr. Rohi, I am in Paltalk, and let us see, where are you? Where are you? You know, I opened my Paltalk, I found like 1000 PM. All right. Hello?
Salam.
Salam, Dr. Rohi. How are you, my friend? So what do you think? What do you think about our topic?
And how are you, my friend?
I'm all right.
Yes. Don't cause I have a problem to me. Hear me?
I hear you, but the voice is cutting. I don't know. Okay. Hey, are you there? I hope Dr. Rohi is not using the internet of the neighbors as the rest. Maybe he is using the internet of the mosque. Call me back, Dr. Rohi. I'm waiting for you. This is a very hot topic, by the way. Very hot. And the Muslims would love to talk about it. Are you there, Dr. Rohi? What happened? Dr. Rohi is gone. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if he's coming back or not, but maybe not. All of you, by the way, if you want to have sexual intercourse with your wife, you have to say this prayer. Otherwise, Shaitan will do boom boom with you to your wife. Mean threesome, you and the Satan and your wife. What the heck? So now there is like hundreds of millions. My dad, he did not say that too. Unbelievable. Me. Oh boy. I don't want to imagine that. What happened? Oof, 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 oof. Must be true story. That is Islam, my friend. That is Islam. Nothing but silly. It's just a silly cult. Actually, yeah, Muslims, they believe, like as an example, the man should not sleep in his stomach because Shaitan, he might do, you know, mm, 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 mm. What happened to Sheikh Ruhi? Yeah, and the other guy, he says the truth is. Do you see that? You see when they say the truth? When a Muslim he say the truth is, that's mean things is messed up. The truth. This is the truth, brother. Brother, this is the truth. The truth is that it is possible for a human being and jinn to have sexual intercourse. And At-Talabi mentioned in his tafsir that the meaning of and be o Iblis, partner of their human, a human being, worth and children, chapter 17, verse number 64. Al-Hakim al-Turmudi, etc., he says in etc. reference, and Ibn Jarir and At-Tabari, etc., he said, when a man has intercourse with his wife and does not name Allah, the jinn round himself around his beep, and he has intercourse along with him. Do you see it? Do you see it? By the way, this is the truth. This is the truth. I don't know if it's polite to ask women how it feels when you have sex with your husband and you are not a Muslim. Do you feel anything? Do you feel there is a third person? Unbelievable. Oh, I love it. I love it. This is so cute. Very cute. This is very cute. Very cute, Rilizan. I mean, who can deny this? This is the truth. You see, look, you guys, why you are not believing? Look, it says here, the truth is, this is the truth. This is not just like a, no, this is the truth. It's a fact. It's like, they remind me of the Big Bang of the atheist. This is the Big Bang of Islam. Big Bang. Oh boy. Oh, Dr. Rohi is back. Hold on. He's calling. Yes, doctor.
Assalamu alaikum. Sorry
assalam.
for problem in
It's all right.
connection.
No problem. No problem.
Thank you, my friend.
No problem. So, Dr. Rohi, we were talking about, I don't know if you heard me, that the Muslims believe, and you are a Muslim, that if you don't say the prayer before you have intercourse with your wife, Shaitan will round himself around the Muslim penis and he will be doing the wife. What do you think about that belief?
It is a metaphor, my friend. Not,
metaphor?
No.
How this is metaphor? I mean, Shaitan here around your penis, and this is metaphor? Explain to us this metaphor, yes.
No, where the hadith that said that, please?
Now you don't know where is the hadith. Are you serious, Dr. Rohi? Are you serious?
Please show me the hadith.
It's in front of you on the screen, and hold, there's a reference all in front of you.
No, now I am not in YouTube. I don't see the.
Okay, hold on. All right, hold on. Let me show you the reference. I will give you a link. So you can read. And I will give it to you in Arabic. All right. All right. This is فتح الباري بشرح صحيح البخاري, volume number 9. And I will read for you in Arabic, page number 137.
Okay, read it, please.
All right. Let us see. Here we go. It says, كما جاء عن مجاهد أن الذي يجامع ولا يسمي يلتف الشيطان على إحليله فيجامع معه. The mic is yours. Translation from Mujahid, he said that the one who do have sex with his wife and he don't say that a prayer, the shaitan, the Satan, will round himself around his penis and he do his wife with him.
It is from Mujahid.
From who?
Not from the. it is from Mujahid. This saying from Mujahid, not
So
from
are
the
you saying
Prophet
Mujahid
Muhammad
is a stupid?
sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Are you saying Mujahid is a stupid?
No, this is his view. This is
Okay.
his opinion.
Well,
His
isn't it the
opinion.
Quran says that he take partner with you, and your prophet he says you have to say prayer before you have sex with your wife?
Yes, they say prayer because you want your children to be righteous, and you help your God in this children, not to the shaitan with you and make intercourse.
So
No, no,
if you
it
say
is
a
not
prayer
true.
and you have, well, you have to say the prayer before the sex. If this is not about shaitan having sex, as
We
Mujahid said.
Muslims say prayer in every the work he do, in eating,
No, this is not
in
true. This is
he
not true.
ride the car,
No.
and he enter
Hold on.
his
Your
home.
prophet said that this is a certain prayer you have to say before intercourse, not just a prayer. You have to repeat exactly certain words, correct?
Yes,
Okay, so this is
we
only for
if you
sexual intercourse. You have to say Allahumma jannibna, قال بسم الله اللهم جنبنا الشيطان وجنب الشيطان ما رزقتنا. All right. فلم يقدر بينهما ولد في ذلك لم يضر الشيطان. So your prophet saying clearly, because if you didn't make this prayer, obviously shaitan will not be the father of this child, because the Quran said that Allah, he said that shaitan he take partner with you with your children's, correct?
yes.
Okay.
Let me read the hadith.
Hmm.
If the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if anyone intend to have sexual intercourses with his wife, he should say Bismillah, Allahumma jannibna shaitan wa jannibu shaitan ma razaqtana,
Hmm.
in the name of Allah. Oh Allah, keep us away from Satan and keep Satan away from what you have bestowed upon us.
Hmm.
And Allah has ordained a child from them.
Okay,
Satan
I
will
will go
never
with you.
harm him.
Okay, what harm
As
shaitan would do?
Satan not
What harm shaitan would do to your child
as
based on this?
as harm Satan
Like what? Like what?
Jesus when
Hmm.
he born. Do you read in the Quran
Hmm.
وإني أعيذه
Yeah.
وذريته من
So how
الشيطان
come this
الرجيم?
prayer does not
Then
work with any one of you? It work only with Jesus.
from Jesus, from
No,
all human
no.
being,
Okay,
not from Jesus.
Dr.
So
Rohi,
Prophet
Dr. Rohi,
Muhammad
Dr. Rohi.
want to teach
Okay,
us
when shaitan
this
he cannot
prayer.
harm you, what does that mean? Shaitan will make you a sinner or what? What shaitan cannot harm mean? He will make you
Yes,
commit sin.
maybe make you
Okay,
sinner. Do you
are you a
read
sinner?
about?
Are you? Did you commit sin,
I read.
Dr.
I
Rohi?
am read in the newspaper.
Since you are born until now, did you commit sin or no?
Yes,
Okay, so the
everyone who
prayer of your
commits sin.
father did not do anything. What the point? Did your father he said you
Uh,
said your father he prayed for you before he have intercourse, and you commit sin. So this is not about committing sin, obviously, because here we go, you are committing sin.
the prayer
Hmm.
for commit sin during the intercourse with wife.
How
Do you? I am
how
read.
you commit
I am
sin
read
during the
in the
intercourse?
new.
What do you mean
Please
committing sin? What do you mean a prayer
let me
committing
speak,
sin
please.
during the prayer during the intercourse? How you what sin you are committing when you do intercourse? Choose your wife.
Yes,
Okay.
I read in the newspaper
Hmm.
recently there two husband
Hmm.
they threw himself from the window
Hmm.
during the intercourse.
Hmm.
They
Maybe his wife
was
she is so big and beautiful she
yes,
threw him out.
maybe they
Maybe
commit
she turned the fan on and he's very skinny. I mean, what does have to do with my topic, my friend? This is about sin, not about somebody throwing himself from the window. So I'm asking you now. You said that you commit sin, and I commit sin. To everybody commit sin. We are saying now, if this is a prayer, you will forbid shaitan from making you commit sin. That means this prayer is not working; it's useless. But this is not what your prophet is saying. This is why Mujahid said that this is because if you don't say this prayer, shaitan he will round himself around your private part. And by the way, not only Mujahid he says that, there's tons of scholars. You see here in this website, They have tons of reference of scholars saying that.
Mujahid, not a prophet. We take
My friend,
our knowledge from
okay.
the Quran and from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Not we took our
But the
knowledge, our
Quran
religion
says,
from
but the Quran says,
Mujahid.
but the Quran says that Allah, the shaitan, he share with you your children's, right? Chapter 17, verse number
No,
64.
not yes, not this meaning.
What do you mean
Not
that's its meaning?
this the meaning.
What do you mean?
This meaning share with your children that Satan, if you say to your children, to your son, go, don't do evil, don't make these things. He not listen to you, but listen to Satan. That he said to him, not obey your father, do this. Walk with your evil friend, etc. Not share with, that is share that he listened to.
Okay, this is the interpretation
Satan.
of who? That is the interpretation of your. This is the interpretation of your prophet. Okay, hold on, Dr. Rohi. Is that the interpretation of your prophet?
No.
Okay,
no,
you see, guys, look at this. Dr. Rohi a second ago, he says to us, it's not the one who says that, it's the prophet, it's Mujahid, he said. And now he is accepting interpretation of someone is not the prophet. And here we see the hypocrisy. If you don't accept anyone except the prophet, then you should not accept any interpretation except the prophet interpretation. But this is what you do. You don't like what Mujahid said because it's very embarrassing. So you say, oh, I accept only the prophet saying that. And when I ask you, okay, what does this mean? You give me interpretation is not said by the prophet. So what you do, you know, we play the game hide and seek. You tell me interpretation, I tell you interpretation, and you tell me interpretation which not would make Islam not look stupid, and that is showing me that you are not being honest with me, Dr. Rohi. Sorry to say that. Why you are giving me interpretation is not by the prophet. You just told me we go by what the prophet said.
Yes, where the prophet saying, please?
No, you are. I asked you about this verse. I said, is that what the prophet said? You said no. You said this is not the interpretation of the prophet. So give me the interpretation of the prophet about this verse. Otherwise, why you are giving me interpretation of someone is not the prophet? If you go by people who they are not the prophet, then you have to go by Mujahid too, because Mujahid is one of the biggest names in Islam. Correct or no? He's not like Ibn Kathir. He's a lot higher. He's not Al-Qurtubi. He's not a Tabari. He's a lot higher. So you cannot say I'm going to ignore Mujahid. Mujahid, he learned from who? He learned from your prophet. Are you accusing Mujahid to be a fabricator? Are you willing to say that this guy Mujahid is a liar?
No.
Okay, as long as he's not a liar, this is not his opinion, because Muslims, they don't supposedly the companion of the prophet, they don't fabricate things supposedly. They are the good ones, and they are saying what they heard from the prophet. So either you say this guy is a crazy saying stupid things, I don't agree with him, or you say that this guy is decent and he is a companion and he is saying the truth, because there's no middle way. You have no right to fabricate meaning your prophet did not say or the Quran did not mean. So either he is speaking with knowledge or he's a liar. There's no middle way.
My friend, you must understand the verse. The verse, what the verse said. واستفزز من استطعت منهم بصوتك وأجلب عليهم بخيلك ورجلك وشاركهم في الأموال والأولاد وعدهم وما يعدهم الشيطان إلا غرورا. So how the Satan share people with her money. Now let me search the English for the translation for this ayah, please. Let me search for. I search the translation, please.
Look what I'm saying in front of me. It says here وقولهم والأولاد اختلف أهل التأويل في صفة شركة بني آدم في أولادهم، فقال بعضهم يشاركهم إياهم فيهم بزناهم بأمهاتهم. Shaitan, he do adultery with their mothers. What do you say about the interpretation?
لحظة أنا أفتح الآن. أنا بشارككم في الأموال والأولاد. ثواني. أنا بس إنه كلني يا عزيزي.
No problem.
أشارككم في الأموال. أشارككم في الأموال والأولاد. لحظة. My computer is heavy, please.
Your computer must be heavy. I mean, imagine you have the Quran there.
Yes. ثواني please.
No problem.
مثلا لدي أنا الآن تفسير ابن عاشور.
How is Ibn Ashur
وأقلب عليه.
How is Ibn Ashur?
نعم.
Who is Ibn Ashur?
The scholars of recent scholars.
Okay, but he is a recent scholar, no?
Yes.
So why you are taking Ibn Ashur, but you are not taking Mujahid, someone who lived in the time of the Prophet? Ibn Ashur, the guy who is not even an Arab, he is going to explain what the Prophet Muhammad said 1400 years ago, and Mujahid who lived with the Prophet, he did not know what he's talking about. That's what you are saying to me.
طب now I search in Ibn Kathir.
Okay, search Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir too is a late guy. He's not, you know, he came more than 600 years after Muhammad. Or 800 years actually.
What Ibn Kathir said. Ibn Kathir أشاركهم في الأموال and share them with the wealth and the children. Ibn Abbas and Mujahid said that means what he commands them to do of spending money in obedience to Allah, may he be exalted.
This is what Ibn Kathir is saying.
And yes, I copy to you in.
Okay, I copy to you too. Here we go. Ibn Kathir in front of me. I'll read for you Ibn Kathir. It says,
copy to you.
No problem. I copy for you too. Here we go. It says, أو بالزنا بأمه أو بقتله أو وأده أو غير ذلك. So shaitan doing adultery with his mother. So how come you did not see that? This is Ibn Kathir, and I will give you the link. Here we go. This is Ibn Kathir. So Dr. Rohi, he see only what he like to see. They have a very sharp eyes, Dr. Rohi, but he see always things which he like.
Yes, yes, I open the link, please.
The one is asking, Dr. Rohi have a PhD in Islam from Al-Azhar University. He's a sheikh and he's a doctor.
What this is Ibn Kathir. Okay.
Yeah, this is Ibn Kathir.
وقوله واستفزز من استطاع منهم بصوتك قيل هو الغناء قال مجاهد باللهو والغناء أي استخفهم بذلك. وقال ابن عباس في قوله واستفزز من استطعت منهم بصوتك قال كل داع دعا إلى معصية الله عز وجل. وقال قتادة واختاره ابن جرير. وقوله تعالى وأجلب عليهم بخيلك ورجلك يقول واحمل عليهم بجنودك خيالتهم ورجلتهم فإن الرجل جمع راجل كما أن الركب جمع راكب وصحب جمع صاحب ومعناه تسلط عليهم بكل ما تقدر عليه. وهذا أمر قدري كقوله تعالى ألم تر أن أرسلنا الشياطين على الكافرين تؤزهم أزا أي تزعجهم إلى المعاصي إزعاجا فتسوقهم إليها سوقا. وقال ابن عباس ومجاهد وأجلب عليهم بخيلك ورجلك قال كل راكب وماش في معصية الله وقال قتادة إن له خيلا ورجالا من الجن والإنس وهم الذين يطيعونه إلى نهاية. Is a lot. So
Okay, do you see it says, okay, why
I
you stop?
want
It says, أو بالزنا بأمه. So if you do shaitan, he do adultery with his mother.
well, I research for this.
It's in front of me. Here we go. غير الذي ارتضاه الله أو بالزنا بأمه أو بقتله أو وأده أو غير ذلك من الأمور etc.
Here is my here is the front of me Ibn Kathir in our my library. وشاركهم في الأموال الأولاد معنى الشركة فيه بمعنى دون المعنى فكل ما عصى الله فيه أو به وأطيع فيه الشيطان أو به فهو مشاركة.
Okay, so let us make it simple. Okay, hold on. So if somebody, you are saying that anyone who disobey Allah is sharing his children with the shaitan. So what does prayer have to do with stopping that? I mean, so you are saying to me, if you say that the prayer that will stop anything from happening. So if a man is having sexual intercourse with a woman, she is not his wife. What this prayer would do? Nothing, right? Now we are talking about a man and his wife, and you are saying to me that doing anything against Allah this is how shaitan he shares. So what the point of this prayer where he says, say this before you should do the prayer, otherwise shaitan can harm your children. So what you said to me proved to me that Muhammad is not telling the truth, because you just said that by saying that prayer that will stop shaitan from sharing with you your children. But you just said to me anything the Muslim he do disobey Allah is you are sharing your children with shaitan, and all people do that. All people commit sin. So this prayer is useless. So your prophet is fabricating a lie.
No, you must see what Ibn Kathir do.
See, you see, my friend. You see, I showed you. I'm going with you. What you told me. You just told me that. I'm going with you. I'm saying, okay, I will go with your logic. If this is the case, if you are saying that by committing sin, you are sharing your children with shaitan. Okay, wonderful. And then your prophet says, before you have sex, say this prayer so shaitan cannot harm you. That means shaitan should not be able to make sin with any of your children, Muslims, but they do sin, and you do sin yourself. And your father, he said that prayer before intercourse too. So that means the prayer of the prophet is a lie. It's not effective. It's not working. So he said to you something, say that, and that will stop shaitan. But shaitan, here we go, he is functioning and he is overcome the power of Allah. This is what you just said to me.
No, not this.
What do you mean? No, this is what you said to me. What? Aren't you the one who said if you say this prayer to stop shaitan from sharing with you your children, correct? How? By they commit sin. Okay. So and you give me Ibn Kathir, and you said Ibn Kathir is saying, Ibn Kathir said that you share your children by committing sin. That's wonderful. But after saying this prayer, still Muslims committing sin. So that did not stop shaitan from sharing with you your children. That's mean the Prophet of Islam, he gave you a fabricated prayer, has no effect, and it's not working. It's like a fake medicine.
Sin commit another sin.
Sin commit another sin. That's wisdom. That's deep. What is that? What does that mean?
Not everyone who saying this prayer. I see echo in my voice.
No, because this is a deep echo, Dr. Rohi. You are saying to me that not everyone say this prayer, the prayer will work for him. But not a single person in this world, he did not commit sin. That means the prayer working with no one. Isn't it your prophet? He says, وَكُلَّ ابْنِ آدَمِ خَطَّاء. Every son of an Adam is a sinner. So obviously this prayer is useless.
Yes, we mean special sins. Special sins.
Special sins. Like what? Like what? What shaitan can do? Okay, hold on. So I will go with you. So now I'm going to have sex, and my wife in the bed waiting for me. By the way, wait, I'm talking to my wife. And now she is ready, and now I'm going to say this prayer. What this prayer will do exactly? Go ahead.
What's the prayer?
Hmm.
اللهم جنبنا الشيطان
No,
وجنب
what the
الشيطان
prayer
ما.
would do. I know what the prayer is. What after I say it, what will happen? What sin is going to prevent?
It happened that your children, if their son from this night, he will be righteous man, he will be good man, not commit
That's
sin at all.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
Everyone who
So
commits sin.
you are saying to me that if you don't say this prayer, Shaitan will be a bad person. If you say this prayer, your son will be a good person. But is that fair? I mean, so now you are saying to me that your God, he don't protect Muslims unless the Muslim they say a prayer before having sex, and the born baby who is just a poor baby, he don't do anything yet, just because his father forgot to say this prayer, he will be a bad person. Are you serious?
Okay. Are you don't hear that Paul said every children is a small Satan?
Every children is small shit. That's a good one, Dr. Rohi.
Yes, Paul said that.
No, my friend. You see, you Muslims, you come with the stories, which is really amazing. Give us the verse so we can read to everybody, and then you will see that this is not what it says according to you.
Okay, I search now to this
No
verse.
problem. But anyway, there's
said
no,
by
there,
Paulus.
no.
Okay.
They say Jesus said, if you don't become the same as those little ones, you don't deserve the kingdom of my Father. Which means if you don't become like a child, which means innocent, you cannot go to heaven. That's what the Bible teach. And Paul, he totally agree with that.
So when I research the,
No problem. You can search as you wish.
in the,
You can search at the same
Bible,
time.
so
Talk to me about what we said. So you are saying that you Muslims believe that if you don't say this prayer, it's a must for the child to be satanic.
No.
So what is that? What is the justice in that?
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam not mean that this child not commit sin at all, but not commit a big sins, كبيرة يعني كبيرة من الكبائر.
But you are saying that this prayer, okay, you are saying this prayer, if you don't say it, the sons will be a bad person. And let me tell you something will make you unhappy. That's mean your prophet himself is a bad person, because his father was not a Muslim and he did not say this prayer before intercourse. So according to you, Muhammad was a satanic man because he's born of a sexual intercourse without saying this prayer.
Yes. So 1 minute, please. The first that I meant, Paulus, what said, كل إنسان حديث الولادة شيطان صغير. يعني what he said in متى. ثواني. What he said. كل إنسان منذ ولادته فاسد وسيء ولا يمكن أن يأتي منه شيء حسن فهي ضد الله.
What does have to do with the children? No, this is not about children. This is about that every one of us, we believe in the original sin. That this is what your prophet said. وَكُلَّ ابْنَ آدَمٍ خَطَّاءٍ. So every human being, he is a sinner by his nature. But he is not saying the babies are sinners. That's why Jesus said that the kingdom of God is for the little one. Let them come to me. So don't give us interpretation for my Bible, my friend. You do not know your own first. So here we go back. I just told you that your prophet, he is a son of a man. He never said this prayer. And you are the one who said that Shaitan, if you don't say this prayer, Shaitan will share with you your children by the meaning that your child will be satanic. He will do bad sin. He will not be righteous. If you say the prayer, he will be righteous. If you don't say this prayer, he will not be righteous, which means you just say that your prophet is not a righteous man.
Our prophet is protected from Allah from before his birth, because he wants him to a prophet.
Guys, yes? A second ago he said that if you don't say this prayer, the child, he will be what? Not a righteous. Everybody heard you. Now we just remind him that he's a prophet himself. He is a son of a man, is not a Muslim, which means when he have intercourse, he did not say that. So look at the excuse. The excuse is Allah protect him. How do you know Allah protect him? Where in the Quran it says Allah he protect the prophet? Isn't it the Quran says that Muhammad was a big time sinner?
Yes. What the Prophet said, what the Prophet said sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كنت نبيا وآدم بين الماء والطين. They said, O Messenger of Allah, when was the prophethood established for you? He said, while Adam was between beings and body. Not the Jesus.
So Muhammad, he claimed that he is. So Muhammad, he claimed that he is eternal. He is God. Read with me this verse, chapter 48, verse number 2. It says that may Allah forgive thee for the sin which in the past and the sin to come. So he will become prophet or not, Allah did not protect him, as you see. Muhammad, he is big time sinner. He commits sin in the past. He is committing sin in the future, even after he became a prophet. So you said to me, and everybody heard you, that the one, if you say this prayer, that will make you a righteous son. A righteous son is the one who don't do sin. Your prophet is not a righteous son. As you see, he commits sin, big deal, and the Quran confirmed that.
You must return to the interpreters to understand this آية ليغفر لك ما تقدم من ذنبك وما تأخر. المقصود بعض الذنوب الصغيرة كإعراضه في عبس وتولى. When جاءه the blind man.
Okay, what about not being a believer in Allah for 40 years? Is that a sin or not? Not commit a sin when before he became a prophet. He did not commit a sin. He did not. You did not commit a sin.
Yes. True.
Okay. What about a person who fabricate law which is not from God? Is that a big sin or no? If somebody fabricate a law which is not from God, is that a sin or not?
Fabricate a law? I don't understand. Please explain.
What about the chapter of At-Tahrim, where Muhammad, he fabricated a law, and Allah said to him, why you are forbidden what is not forbidden by Allah? Is that a sin or not?
No, not this verse about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he said, I won't eat the honey. I won't eat the honey.
It's about honey. Well, the interpretation saying this is about him having sex in the bed of his wife, and they got him busted. He was having sex with the maid of his wife in the bed of his wife, correct? And I can show you the reference. What are you talking about, Dr. Rohi? Remember, you are talking to Christian Prince, not an American guy who know nothing.
Okay, also I have a reference.
Okay, so what about my reference? What I would do with the reference? Is it you Muslims who says that his wife, she found him in the bed with his maid?
It is false hadith. It is false hadith.
It's false hadith. False hadith. Who said so? Who said so? Ibn Ashur?
We look at the interpretation for Ibn Kathir. What this about this verse?
Okay,
what about
all right, okay, what about other interpretation? What they say?
Azar, father of Abraham.
What other interpretation they say about this story?
It is not true.
Who is saying
interpretation?
That? Who is saying that? You said Ibn Kathir, right? Anyone else?
Yes.
Why is that? I mean, this is weird.
Why you took?
Okay, why? I'm asking you the same question. Why you took this interpretation only? Okay, so why are you saying to me? Are you saying to me that you Muslims, you fabricate interpretation? and there's only Ibn Kathir now is a good interpretation. The rest are they are liars. Why the other scholar they say this is about him having sex with the women? Her name is Mary and she is his slave, and he was got busted by his wife and he promised her he will not do that again. Why they are saying that? Do you think they are trying to insult the Prophet? Those Muslim scholars?
But why you not take another story that in the Prophet
Okay, I'm
Muhammad
asking you
sallallahu
why
alayhi
you
wa
take that
sallam said
story
حرمت
too.
العسل على نفسي فوالله
Okay.
لا أكله أبدا.
All right.
فهذا
Show me the hadith where it says that the Prophet says, I forbidden myself from eating honey. Do you have the hadith?
Okay, I search now.
Okay, search.
I search now. Oh, now difficult to search.
You will
But
not find this.
why? Where's the hadith?
No, it's not
that he
difficult. It's
said-
not difficult. I will give you a few years to find it. Can you find the hadith that he forbidden himself from eating honey? You said it's a hadith.
This is
Remember?
in the.
You said it's a hadith.
This
right?
is in Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir.
So
Why?
it's not a hadith. So it's not a hadith, Dr. Rohi. Don't. So why you are saying it's a hadith if it's not a hadith? Is it a hadith or not?
So where is the hadith that said he?
Here we go. See. So why you said to me it is a hadith? A second ago, Dr. Rohi, you said to me it's a hadith. I said, okay, can you find it for me? Because I never, I'm spending all my life reading the yellow pages of Islam, and I could not find this hadith. I want to learn from you something new. Can you show me the hadith? You said no. Now a second ago you said it's hadith, so now you're saying it's in Ibn Kathir. Well, Ibn Kathir himself, he said many things. Ibn Kathir is quoting stories. Ibn Kathir is not saying that. Ibn Kathir is saying that some they say this is because
my friend,
why you said it's a hadith? It's not.
My friend, we take the نص الآية, the words of the verse. The verse said, يا أيها النبي لما تحرم ما أحل الله لك تبتغي مرضات أزواجك والله غفور رحيم. الآية not said that he commit sins or not said anything.
Well, is forbidden something from you which is not forbidden by Allah. Isn't it a big sin? Because remember, Muhammad is a prophet, and the Muslim, they will follow him blindly. So he just fabricated a lie. Because when you forbid something, the Muslim, they will follow your step. Aren't you a Muslim Sunni? What Sunni mean? Sunni mean that Muhammad, he says something, you do what he say. Muhammad, he says something, you do what he do. So when Muhammad, he forbid himself from eating something, if it's about food as you claim, which is not, that means he is committing big sin because he's fabricating a law. This is a big sin. He's deceiving people. He's misleading them. You as a Muslim, now if Allah did not send that verse, now you will say, okay, the Prophet, he forbid himself from eating honey as you claim, then I will not eat honey. But as you see, Allah saying to him, why you are forbidding yourself from eating honey? By the way, can you show me where it says in the Quran that why you are forbidding yourself from eating honey? Where you get the story from?
What the first said? What the first said? Prophet. What? Why do you forbid yourself that which Allah has made lawful for you? You seek to please your wives, and Allah is forgiving, merciful.
Okay.
This is what's the verse said. So why you carry the verse more than its words? Now, if you want. Now you said you once said this fabrication translation. Okay, I want to read to you to non-Muslim translation for this ayah, such as Arthur, John, Albury, all Edward, Henry.
Who are they? What those will do to me? Okay,
George,
You see,
Seal,
I don't do what you do. You see, first of all, those are not non-Muslim. Those are
they are
Muslims.
non-Muslim.
Those
They
are
are
Muslims.
non. They are Christian.
No, they are not
Translation
Christians.
the
They are not Christians. Secondly, I will go right now
No,
in
they
front of
aren't
everybody.
Christian.
I will
George
go. I
Seal
will
is a
go.
Christian.
Okay. First of all, this is a translation for the Quran, and the Quran anyway doesn't say for what reason. So whatever translation you read, it's a false because simply they are not giving the reason. Because there is no reason there. The Quran doesn't say why. What you forbid. It says why you forbid. Now, if we go to tafsir, and I will show it now, not from the Christians as you claim, I will show it to you from English Islamic website, and this is not, you know, not neither by Christians, neither by Jews. This is by Muslims and Muslims only. Let us open the Quran here, and everybody will see in a second. I will show it in the screen. All right. Now we open the screen for people to see. Okay. Let us see. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. It says, O Prophet, why you forbid what God has made lawful for you in the terms of your Coptic handmaid, Maria, when he lay with her in the house of Hafsa, who had been away, but upon returning and finding out become upset. So your Prophet was cheating on his wife in her bed. And who is the one who's saying that? This is Tafsir al-Jalalain. What do you say to al-Jalalain?
It is wrong tafsir. I take
Al-Jalalain
Ibn
is
Kathir
wrong
tafsir.
tafsir.
I read. Look, I want to read to you what Ibn Kathir said. Al-Bukhari recorded. Ibn Kathir said, Al-Bukhari recorded that Ubaydah ibn Umar said that he heard Aisha claiming that Allah's messengers used to stay for a period in house of Zainab bint Jahsh and drink honey in her house. She said, Hafsa and I decided that when the Prophet entered upon either of us, we would say, I smell maghafir on you. Have you eaten maghafir? When he entered upon one of us, she said that to him. He replied to her, O Prophet, why do you no, but I drank honey in the house of Zainab bint Jahsh, and I will never drink it again. Then the following was revealed.
Dr. Rohi.
O Prophet, why do you forbid that which Allah has allowed to you up to?
All right, Dr. Rohi. I am not,
this is
you know, that I am not, I don't like to be rude with you, right? You know that. I like to respect you. But sadly, you said you like Ibn Kathir, and Ibn Kathir, he mentioned the story of Mary the Copt. Let me show you in the screen, and everybody will start laughing in a second, because we are talking to someone, he's a sheikh, and you are a person who have a PhD, and you are a sheikh from Al-Azhar University. This is Tafsir Ibn Kathir in the screen. It says, وروي عن ابن جرير عن زيد بن أسلم أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أصاب أم إبراهيم في بيت بعض نسائه فقالت أي رسول الله في بيتي وعلى فراشي فجعلها عليه حراما. And this is Ibn Kathir. So why you are saying I take only Ibn Kathir, but you are not reading Ibn Kathir?
I read from Ibn Kathir now in English. I read from Ibn
My
Kathir.
friend, your Ibn Kathir English is a lie, and you know that. You have a PhD in Islam. You learn Islam now in English, or you learn it from Arabic. Ibn Kathir. You see, you are a person who speaks Arabic. You have a PhD. You study Islam in Arabic, and you read Ibn Kathir in Arabic. And now the excuse is, your excuse, oh, I did not hide it. I was reading Ibn Kathir in English. So you just proved to me that Muslims, they lie when they translate Ibn Kathir. They cut the story off and they delete the story just to fabricate a story. But Ibn Kathir, the real Ibn Kathir, saying, yes, Muhammad, he have sex with Mary the Copt, and this is the reason. And you are the one who said to me, why you don't take Ibn Kathir?
Yes, you want Ibn Kathir
so now
in
this,
Arabic.
And this is now Ibn Kathir. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is Ibn Kathir in Arabic in front of you. Okay, I'll give you the link. Here we go. This is Ibn Kathir in Arabic.
Yes.
Here we go.
I said in Ibn Kathir in Arabic, يقول عن عائشة قالت كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يشرب عسلا عند زينب بنت
My
جحش
friend, read it, read it,
ويمكث
read it,
عندها
read it, read it. No, that's not.
فتوضأت.
Read it. No, no, no. Read it. It's in front of you. I gave you the link. Read it. It says اختلف
I read it
في
from
سبب
Ibn Kathir.
نزول صدور
It is
السورة.
from
This is Ibn Kathir. Let me, you know what? I'm going to translate in the front of everybody in English. This is the page. This is your Muslim page, not mine. Translate to English by Google, and people will see what it says. Here we go.
Yes,
This is
and
Google
I
translation.
opened the
Here we
link.
go. It says the verse was narrated by Nisa. It said, Anas said that the messenger of Allah, the prophet, okay, said, "Oh prophet, don't you deny that Allah permitted you?" So the prophet, this is the Google translation, is not really good. And then he said, "I'm sure the messenger of Allah, etc." He hit Ibrahim mother. He hit her. He did F with her in the house of some of his wives, and she said, "Hey, oh messenger of Allah, in my house, in my bed." Even this is the Google stupid translation is showing. So, Dr. Rohi, you are not being honest. This is what Ibn Kathir is saying.
Yes, I read from the link that you sent to me now.
Does it
In
say
the
that?
link,
Do you say that? Does it say that, or I'm lying?
Yes, I read from the link you
Okay.
send me.
So how
right
come
now.
you are
What
a person? This is
I
not an
open the link now.
This is not an excuse, Dr. Rohi. You are a sheikh, and you learn and you read Ibn Kathir many times. Are you saying to me this is the first time you read this interpretation of Ibn Kathir for this verse?
This is from hadith. This tafsir, this interpretation for this verse, support by Bukhari. Support
listen, doctor. You are the one who said to me, I accept Ibn Kathir, and you ask me why you don't accept Ibn Kathir. You are the one who said that to me. Well, this is Ibn Kathir. Yes. Anyway, Dr. Rohi, I got to go soon. You know, it's getting late for me. It's already 3 a.m. in the morning. It's 2:45 in the morning. Thank you, Dr. Rohi. And try next time to be more honest, my friend. I mean, I respect you really. You're a person. I'm sure you are not you are an old man, and I really like to respect you. But it's not right. It's very embarrassing that you are a sheikh and you are supposedly a scholar who have a PhD in Islam from the highest university in the world, and yet you fabricate answers, and you know the answer, because there is no way I will believe you.
No, I don't. No, my friend.
So are you saying to me you never read Ibn Kathir before? Are you saying to me, okay, forget what you read from. I'm asking you, are you saying to me you never saw Ibn Kathir before in Arabic?
I see it is
okay. You never read this verse. You never read interpretation of Ibn Kathir in Arabic for this verse before. You did. So how come you say to me Ibn Kathir did not say that, and you deny, and you made me fight for it, and you made me go, and I was wondering what this guy is talking about. I mean, he have a PhD, he's a doctor, he's an imam, he's a sheikh, and he must be trustworthy. And then we find that you are fabricating answer which is not in Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir did not. The first thing Ibn Kathir said, this is about Muhammad having sex with Mary and his wife. She said to him, in my house, in my bed, which means how dare you?
Why I choose this tafsir? Do you know why I choose this tafsir for this verse from Ibn Kathir?
My friend, Ibn Kathir interpretation in front of you. Why you did not read for us? There is no way that you do not know what Ibn Kathir said in Arabic. And if you don't know,
I know.
Okay, so then why you did not say to me Ibn Kathir says that yes, it's about him having sex with Mary. When I said to you it's about having sex with Mary in Jalalain, you said to me this is wrong. Everybody heard you. You said this is wrong interpretation. He did not. This is about honey.
Yes.
And you said to me, and why you don't accept Ibn Kathir? Okay, then we go to Ibn Kathir.
Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But Ibn Kathir support this saying by hadith of the Prophet.
No, Ibn Kathir, he quote opinion. And who is Ibn Kathir anyway? Is a guy came hundreds of years after Muhammad. He was not there. So this is the story coming from those who they are living in the time of Muhammad. Rawahu Ibn Jurayr, Rawahu, etc. Those are companion, those are tabi'een, not Ibn Kathir. He is not a tabi'i, he is not a companion. So look what you are doing. You said Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir did not say what you said, and you try to hide the story totally. And Ibn Kathir in front of us in Arabic, and you do what you do usually with Muslim, with American, because they don't know Arabic, they do not know Islam, so we can give them any answer, and we are done with it. Thank you, Dr. Rohi, for calling us, and I hope you will call me maybe
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Inshallah. Thank you, my friend. Hope you call you again and take care. Thank you.
Take care. Do you believe it? A doctor, a sheikh, it is the same. All of them, they try to give us false answers. Sadly, there's no decency. This is Ibn Kathir. And by the way, I always wait for the Muslims to dig down. A Muslim, he think when he's talking to me, like he have a shovel and he is digging he's digging a hole for me in the ground. But the fact I'm waiting for him to finish it, so he will go, because he's going to be there, not me. So I let him insist, and he insists, and he insists, and then we show what is coming next. Be careful when you talk to a Christian prince. There's a consequence. Anyway, guys, I hope don't forget to download this video. You can cut the last part of it where Dr. Rohi, he called me, if you wish, because that will be interesting, conversation, and let everybody learn how the Muslims, they try always to protect their prophet by fabricating answers and not being honest. And what is important is that he said that the prophet said, or according to him, if you don't say the prayer before you have intercourse, the child will be not righteous. And this is telling you what this religion is about. There's nobody have a little brain will believe in such a thing. This is superstition. This is not true, and it's not even fair, because what is the fault of this child? Nothing. Nothing. It's just because his father did not say the prayer. And when you say to him, well, your prophet father, he did not say that prayer, that means Muhammad, he himself is not righteous. He said, oh no, Allah, he protect him. And then we showed him that Muhammad was committing sin left and right, and the Quran confirmed that. So where is the protection? Very funny. And not to forget to mention, Muhammad was a rapist, Muhammad was a criminal, Muhammad was a thief, Muhammad, he did all kinds of crazy stuff, including having sex with the children. So what do you mean Muhammad was not a sinner? So I want to say thank you for all of you people here, and we appreciate those who join us and support us. Don't forget to download the video. We don't keep our videos for long, and I hope I will see you maybe tomorrow, which is, when I say tomorrow now, it's today already, but no, I mean maybe tomorrow, because already it's 3 a.m. in the morning. So it was good to be with you guys, and I hope tomorrow will be a better day for us and for the Muslims, so they will see the truth, and the truth will set them free. Islam is a mad cult. There's no good in it, and we prove it every day. And the Muslims, they help us to prove it. And the reason for people to lie, because they knew that there's a guilt. You see, you lie when you are guilty. You lie because you are doing wrong. A person, he is not ashamed of something, he will say what he did. He say what as it is. But because they are ashamed of their prophet, so they try to lie to cover. And you witness every day for what they do in order to protect the prophet by lying about the prophet, because simply they are ashamed of him, not because they are proud. But what they can do, he's a prophet, and you have to defend your prophet. And if you don't do that, that's mean you are not a Muslim. And if you don't do that, then people will eat your life. So they are doing that not because they are convinced, but because they have to. I'm born as a Muslim, and Islam is my ID, so I have to defend my ID, even though I know that this defense is useless. This is exactly the story. If you like to learn more and read more, you can get my books from Amazon.com. And thank you for those who support us by making donation in Patreon. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and see you soon again. Bye-bye.